Hi co-creators, how are you this evening? Fee here. And I've been thinking a lot about addictions, and it's glaringly obvious that each and every one of us are addicted to something, if not many things. Addictions come in the form of fashion, shopping, gambling, arguing, power, sex, falling in love. But it seems to me that those that cop the hardest time, those that are hated upon the most, are those that are addicted to illicit drugs. And perhaps this is because the negative effects of their addiction seem glaringly obvious to those that are around them in comparison to someone that may be addicted to maxing out their credit card or whatever it is. But I'm not a fan of labels and categories, because I feel that labels and categories are only really good for one thing, and that is verbal communication. But take the words away, if we could mentally telepathize with each other, we wouldn't need the categories and the labels and the definitions, because these definitions really just work to separate ourselves from each other. They actually encourage us to judge one another and to see each other as different to ourselves, when really we are all the same. We are all one. We are all individual human expressions of the creative source, just like our addictions are individual expressions of something we are all searching for, which is that thing we feel is going to fill the empty void inside of us. So I want to propose a new way of looking at drug addicts, or any addict really, but let's focus on the drug addict. They can often be seen as selfish, as having no love for themselves or those around them. But really, I think this is a misguided interpretation that stems from us labeling and judging. I feel that drug takers are really just looking for a sense of who they are, a sense of connection to their higher selves, or that sense of Christ consciousness, of unity consciousness. And the reason I put this perspective on it is from my own experience. I spent a lot of my late teens and early 20s trying to chase that high, trying to see how high I could get, because like many of us out there, I knew that life could be so much more, and I felt a huge void inside of myself, and it made me very uncomfortable and unhappy. So I decided to experiment with drugs, to see what new experiences could bring about, to see what new feelings I could feel, essentially. So I'm trying to say that perhaps it's a good idea to look upon drug addicts as just souls that are searching for a sense of fulfillment, of elation, of ecstasy, of love, really. Just of love. And like with any other addiction, drug addicts are looking for that love, but they're looking out here in the world. And really we need to be looking within here, especially when you consider that the world is but a mirror of ourselves. It's a mere projection of what's going on in here, and that's why so many of us might be present at the same event but have a totally different experience from it. It's because it's mirroring what is in here, what's inside of us. So if we can have a heart for those that are addicted, including ourselves, because we are all addicted, if we can just come from a place of love, from a place of compassion, from a place of empathy, then the world will be a much, much better place. Because you and I are no different to the drug addict lying in the street corner who's searching for an eternal state of bliss. We're no different. It's just that our anxiety or our desire to find ourselves, to find that missing thing within us, comes out in other avenues. So let's share our heart and be generous. And that is what we'll get back. What you give, you shall receive. Okay, much love.